Broadcasting from Studio 300, you're watching Poly Playbook.
Welcome to this week's edition of Poly Playbook, where we recap and preview Cal Poly athletics. I'm Brittany Graham. From the short grass to the gridiron, Cal Poly football is having its annual spring game on Saturday, May 2nd inside Alex G. Spanos Stadium. The team has been practicing multiple times a week for the past 4 weeks in preparation for the spring game. Within the next couple of years, Cal Poly baseball players and fans will see huge changes at Baguette Stadium. Recently, Cal Poly Athletics revealed Phase 1 of the Baguette Stadium Enhancement Project, which will revamp the baseball team's home field. Our triathlon team is gearing up to compete at what is considered the Woodstock of triathlons this weekend. Every year at Lake San Antonio, hundreds of athletes race at the Wildflower Triathlon Festival, including some of our very own Cal Poly athletes. 3 Cal Poly athletes are carrying #1 seeds into Riverside Stadium Friday. Kendall Nielsen in women's triple jump, Ashley Windsor in the women's 1,500 meter, and Nick Wolf in the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase. Cal Poly junior shortstop Peter Van Gensen was announced Big West Defensive Player of the Year. Van Gensen had only 4 errors out of the 240 chances he had over the duration of the season while playing every single inning of every single game at shortstop. Good morning. Today we'll run through the best moments Cal Poly Athletics had to offer this year. The Cal Poly baseball team finished off their season 27-27 overall and 14-10 in the Big West Conference. The Mustangs had a rough go this year following their most successful season ever with a 47-12 record in 2014. After losing key players to the MLB draft, the Mustangs used 2015 as a stepping stone for future success. Coach Larry Lee and the team remain optimistic going into the 2016 season. After making its first ever NCAA tournament appearance in 2014, the Cal Poly men's basketball team could not repeat the same feat in 2015. The Mustangs finished the season 13-16 overall and will look to improve after graduating 2 of their seniors, Michael Bolden and Malik Love, while forward Zach Gordon will be returning from injury. The women's basketball team had its 7th consecutive season with a winning record while continuing to reach historic milestones this past season. Their season came to an end in the Big West quarterfinals with a final score of 55-48 against Cal State Fullerton. The Mustangs are expected to bring back 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 2 redshirts in the 2015-2016 season. Cal Poly men's soccer finished a disappointing 2014 campaign with a 3-5-2 record in the Big West Conference, failing to advance into postseason play. After seeing their season come to an end on penalty kicks in the Big West Tournament semifinals, the women's soccer team is looking for a chance at redemption in the fall. The team's spring exhibition games consisted of a focus on player development. The spring games ended with 4 wins, 1 tie, and 0 losses for the Mustangs. Following an exciting season that ended in cruel fashion, the Cal Poly football team is preparing to answer the questions that remain after last year's 8-8 season. The team is also returning an offensive line of all 5 starters from last season, which should keep the senior quarterback Chris Brown healthy and ready to run. That's all we have for this year's sports until next fall. Now back to you guys at the desk. Hello and welcome to this special 30-minute edition of Mustang News. I'm Brittany Graham.
And I'm Shelly Westerson. Mustang News starts now.
Delta Sigma Phi will be appealing Cal Poly's decision to disaffiliate the fraternity from campus until 2020. After violating the Student Code of Conduct and Cal Poly Fraternity and Sorority Life alcohol and drugs policy, DSP hopes to continue their philanthropic activities and brotherhood, regardless of the final decision. The university began investigating DSP in March for facilitating the distribution of selling illegal drugs, although they have not yet cited any specific reasons for the disaffiliation. Cal Poly baseball closes out their season on the road, but is their record good enough to make the playoffs? Faculty and staff are waiting for a response to a petition they delivered on Thursday during a protest over salaries. Good morning. Here's your local weather update for the San Luis Obispo County. It may not seem like it right now, but the rest of today, this week, and weekend we'll be seeing clear, sunny skies. The Central Coast will see highs through the 70s and 80s going into next week. The ASI Board of Directors is proposing to make Cal Poly's quarterly course evaluations public and are waiting for a response from Cal Poly's administration. That's all we have this week. Be sure to check mustangnews.net for continuous updates. Have a great day.